Remember that old chimenea that was blowing around in the storm the other day? I was saving it for a reason, and what I've been doing this morning is knocking it apart and, if I get down here, removing the legs. They're quite ornamental. This one's still attached to a chunk of the rusty sides of the old chimenea. The other two I've managed to remove already. I fully intend removing the handles. As you can see, there's one there, there's one on the other side. I could find a use for those. But for the time being, I'm more interested in the legs. I've got a use for them. I'm taking them in the shed, I'm cleaning them up and repainting them. I've got one of those legs set up on my vise here, guys, and what I'm doing is I'm drilling out the old bolt or screw and nut that was attaching the leg to the side of that chimenea. They need to come away so I can remove the steel that it's still attached to. And what I'm doing is I'm cleaning them up, giving them a rub down and respraying them. I've already done two. This one, you can see it's got the two holes in for the bolt to fit in, or bolts. So I've got two ornamental legs sitting there, and this one I'm going to be working on next, taking off the metal and cleaning up and painting that leg. Does anybody know what I'm making yet? All will be revealed. The next stage of this project involves the use of this rather old, well, in fact it's not that old, but very untidy washing machine. I'm going to set about tearing this apart in a moment, and I'm after a few bits from inside it. I'm quite sure a lot of you have guessed already that what I've cobbled together here using the legs from the old chimenea and the drum from this washing machine, I have managed to fabricate myself a nice little fire pit. It looks like something out of the Space Age, a sort of a spider robot type design, but it's actually quite an effective fire pit, or I hope it's going to be. It's stainless steel, it's got drainage holes in the bottom, it's got air holes around the side. I've managed to bolt these legs quite easily to the sides. Incidentally, I did have to remove the little plastic inners that you get inside these drums that help to agitate the laundry when it's going around. They're easy just to knock them off with a hammer. And then where they were located is where I've located these little legs. So I'm going to set this up in the garden up next to our decking and see if this works fine. Cheryl's taken a few moments to relax on the edge of our decking. We've not long had dinner and we've just lit the new fire pit that we've affectionately called Spidey, because it does look like a spider, but it seems to be quite effective. The little holes around the outside provide a lot of air ventilation, but also you can see the flames through them and the flames licking out of the top. Now we've just lit some old bits of wood and so on in there. I suppose if you wanted to, you could put some coals in or allow the embers to die down, and if you had a little rack of some kind on the top, you could use that as a barbecue. But as a heat source and something that's quite an effect for a party, a little fire pit is quite effective if you're having a little barbecue or a gathering, particularly if you're going into the evening and it's getting a bit chilly. You can all gather around the fire pit. It's sitting quite well on the ground there, although the ground is not even, so it's not sitting quite level, but that's not the fire pit that's uneven, it's the ground. So I just wanted to point that out, guys. But as we walk around here, you can see it's very effective, working very, very well. And actually I can feel the heat over here. I can feel the warmth from that. There's not much fuel in there, just a few bits of wood, as I said, but it's working really, really well. So we're very, very happy with that. A little project, cost us absolutely nothing, other than we already had a little bit of spray paint for the legs in the shed, which I've used to spray these legs with, which came from the old chimenea. So we're enjoying a moment on the deck with a glass of wine and a homemade beer and relaxing on a warm spring evening. And maybe tomorrow I get the chance now to have a good tidy up around the garden. That little bit of fencing on the back there, by the way, guys, is the rabbit's pen. It's just been lifted out the way temporarily. But tomorrow I might get out here and have another tidy up. Everything's looking really lovely at the moment. So nice to sit out here in the evenings with the trickle of the water, the sound of the birds, all the plants, the shrubs, the trees, and now, of course, a little fire pit. And we can sit out here and be social for our evenings.
Nice.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've enjoyed doing this. It didn't take a lot of effort to do it, to be perfectly honest. A cheap or free washing machine in my case, donated by a friend of mine, and we had the legs which we removed from the old chimenea, and a little bit of time and effort, and the result is a little fire pit that's going to provide us with a little bit of heat and light source in the coming months, sitting out here on our deck. Take care of yourselves, guys. Be happy, be safe. You're going to say cheerio, Cheryl?
Bye, guys.
Cheryl's waving goodbye. Is that a line from a children's program? I'm not sure. Cheryl is waving goodbye. 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 Come back and see us soon, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. And see you next time. See you next time.
See you next time.
In the Life's Good.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.